everybody, how's it going? I hope you're doing very well out there, everybody. We're keeping this thing going. This is quarantine live stream number 4. And why not? When it comes down to it, why the hell not? We got lots of great things to give away. We got lots of great things to talk about. And I got lots of fun music to play. So, what are you guys doing? How's it going? Dawson, on the stream. He's excited. Good afternoon, Patrick from Philly. Antonio, how's it going? Good to see you guys in here. Thanks for joining me today on this Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning, late morning for those of you on the West Coast. Hey, Governor, how's it going? So, I put up that other video today that was a repurpose from the JW Boot Company live stream that I did at the end of February. And I'm trying this premiere feature that YouTube has. And basically, I guess, it works out like the video just plays and people can chat while it's playing, which isn't really completely necessary for a 7-minute video. So thanks for indulging me as I test those features out. Probably won't be doing that again, at least next week. If I ever have like a hour-long video or a 2-hour-long epic movie or something, then I could see Premiere being useful during that. But for those 7-minute videos, it's kind of awkward. You guys get in there and think I'm live streaming, and I'm really not there, and then I feel bad afterwards. Yo, how's it going? Micah, how's it going? Moses, Southern Man, in the house. Dawson. Lambert, how's it going? All right, so let's give some stuff away. We're doing some Yeehaw Cowboy stuff today. Hey, Aip, how's it going? John, yo, how's it going, everybody? We're doing some Yeehaw Cowboy stuff today. So I got a Yeehaw Cowboy sticker for this first giveaway. Yeehaw Cowboy sticker. Another Wallaroo phone wallet, which is what I like to refer to as a boot wallet. And then a couple more CDs again. So this is what's up for grabs first. Continuing the giveaways, because why not? Like, we gotta keep our spirits up during this questionable time. Lots up in the air. Nothing to be worried about, though. We're all humans. We can get past this. But for the time being, let's keep our spirits up. Here's the first giveaway. If you guys been here for the rest of the ones, and I noticed a lot of similar faces, you guys know how this goes. So I'm gonna put in the comments section and have you guys comment once or like a few times. Like if you guys get into a discussion or something, don't feel like you can't comment or anything. But here we go. Here's the first little giveaway. Pretty much the same stuff that I've been giving away. So lots of opportunities here for everybody to win something. This first song that I'm gonna play while you guys are entering the first little giveaway there. This song is called Man in the Suit of Mirrors, and it's off of my album here. Which way is it? It's over here. It's off of my album here called Gardener Hands, which was my first solo album ever that I released in 2011. This is a story about a con artist who steals all of the money out of a rich man's mattress. Yes. With a customized charm, he rolls into the room, his 3 hounds at his back. Answering with him is the lights of the moon, to light the dark within you, showing you what you lack. He has no title of power, but assumes the air. It is mysteriously allowed. It is his suit that makes him familiar to you, and it brings your guard down. And now, tell your mother to take you back home. Tell Tell your mother my fears. Tell your mother to take you back home and be afraid of the man in the suit of mirrors. There was an old country ball in the Smithson barn. A wealthy family, 'twas said, in his usual attire under another name. Into that ball he tread. Now, Gerald Smithson owned the mine down the hill. He held parties as he pleased. After a little ale, he told the man in the suit his wealth made him sleep easily. Now the man in the suit found young Mary Smithson, the trophy that made Gerald's spouse. Mary had never met someone quite like herself. Soon offered him a tour of the house. She giggled and flirted as he jested his way. From different rooms she would lead, till they came to the bedroom where he sat on the bed. It was a good mattress indeed. Yeah. Hey, tell your mother to take you back home. Tell your mother my fears. Tell your mother to take you back home and be afraid of the man in the suit of mirrors. Gerald Smithson went looking for his wife, in dire need of a waltz. He went to the house and he called from downstairs. He heard only the echoes of his calls. Climbing the staircase, he went to his room. A cool breeze as he opened the door. His mattress was thin and there were only a few dollars left. Mary lay bare on the floor. Tell your mother to take you back home. Tell your mother my fears. Tell your mother to take you back home and be afraid of the man in the suit of mirrors. Man in the suit of mirrors. Yeah, buddy. Whew. Little bit of a con man murder ballad there to start things off here. Stop. Whoop. Gotcha. All right. Thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it. All right. Okay, so how many people we got in here? Whoa, 27. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon or late morning for you West Coast folks. Let's get in here and let's announce the winner. I better turn this off. Bam. All right. Random number generator. 27. Bam. Okay. Let's do this thing. All right. We're going from the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yo! Lambant Tito? Tito? Lambant Tito? Is that how I say your name? You got it. CD, sticker, boot wallet. Yeah, buddy. Congratulations. Ho, 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 ho. Congratulations. Yo. First winner of the day. Congratulations. Maybe Tito. Ha. California can't have snake or caiman. Unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable too. I don't know why. I think that's just an old law from what I've heard, carried over from like the 70s when there was more of an issue. There's not an issue anymore. And to get those old laws changed is hard. There still are some very old laws that are still enforced for some reason in several areas, and California is one of that states. Oh, my day's going good. Thank you, Guilherme. My day is going really, really well. I have no complaints at all. I am having a great time here, making content, enjoying life, making music, making these live streams. I have the company of all of you folks, and it really makes my day. It really does. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. There'll be another giveaway, Spencer. Don't worry. We got another giveaway. In fact, the giveaway next is pretty much the same stuff that I just did, but also a bottle of Scout exotic leather conditioner. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how to condition your reptile boots. So let's get into it. All right. So as I mentioned before, like we're talking reptile boots today and conditioning them. And I wanted to feature a bunch of stuff that is carried by yeehawcowboy.com because Jose's a good dude and he's got a bunch of really cool boots. And my favorite boot from last year being the Yeehaw Cowboy Cayman Snip Toe. I got married in these boots. And I haven't really done a video about, conditioning reptile boots. I've done it in a couple of videos, but I haven't really dedicated an entire video on it. So I thought that's what we would talk about today because reptile skins look badass, okay? But a lot of times they can be fragile in certain areas, so conditioning them is really important. And a lot of people will use Bic 4 to condition, which works. It works. But I prefer this Scout stuff. I've been using Scout on my Boulay Cayman belly boots for years and years and years, and I just love how it makes them look and it keeps them clean and conditioned. The thing that I like most about Scout leather conditioner for the exotics is that it shines nice. Like you can buff it out and it gives the reptile skins a nice luster. At least the caiman and the lizard, from my experience. It gives them a nice luster, much more so than what the Bic 4 does. Conditioner, the two conditioners, they'll both work, but I think that you get a better luster from the Scout exotic. Now, to start out with, let's just talk about what to do before you condition them and the importance of conditioning the reptile skins. So I already conditioned these Stetson JBS lizard boots. I did this fairly recently because I wore them a couple times this winter because it hasn't really been that bad of a winter. So I won't be conditioning these ones today, but I want to use it as an example because the importance of conditioning your reptile skin leathers really comes down to where the scales meet. So as you can see here, if it will focus, where these scales meet is where the skin is the most fragile. If you're going to get a crack, if you're going to get a rip, it's going to happen there. Cayman is the same way. Cayman tail and Cayman belly. They both have those cracks as well. Well, not cracks, but just the areas where the thick leather scales, they meet, and it really allows the boot to bend there, but the leather is thinner there, which is why you have to make sure that it's conditioned, because if it's not and it cracks there, you're done. You're done, and that crack will just follow that line until this whole like toe box just comes off. Somebody shared a picture on the Facebook boot group the other day of just a Cayman belly boot just ripped to shreds. So it's really important to make sure that you keep your reptile boots conditioned. Python and snakeskin is a little bit different. This is an Acalis booty. This is my wife's booty. And I would say that even though this is a little bit more fragile, you need to condition this, and you can use the conditioner, the Scout, but don't buff this because you need to be going with the scales when you have snakeskin. You don't want these scales to curl up and potentially fall off, because then that creates for, the boot doesn't look good. You want to keep these boots looking good, and your python scales or your rattlesnake scales, you want to keep them looking good. So keep them conditioned too, but I would say don't buff them. Before you take your conditioner to your boot, you're going to want to just get the dust off. So a lot of times I will just take a rag and just sort of get the dust off a little bit here. You can also use a brush if you wanted to brush it off. You can get in the welt of the boot with a toothbrush or a fingernail brush. I like this fingernail brush. This is just what I have. So you just get in there. You get the dust off. You sort of rub it down a little bit. And then you just take your Scout leather conditioner. And I like this too because it's a spray application. So you can you just spray it on there, right? You make sure it's well covered here. So we're just spraying this all over. Some people will absolutely saturate their boots and go through a quarter of a bottle or something like that. I don't think you really need that much. Just make sure you get it in there and it's well covered. And then what I'll do is, before I take the rag to it, is you kind of want to work at least this is what I do. I know everybody has their own ways of conditioning their boots. The main fact is that you're conditioning it to begin with. This is just what I do. And it's ever changing too. This is just what I do. So you're just going to want to take this conditioner and make sure that it gets into the creases where the thick scales meet, where the leather will move the most, and also the leather is the thinnest. So on this caiman tail boot, you just got to make sure that you get that conditioner in there. So just work it along each one of those points where the scales meet, right? So you just sort of work it in there with your hand. It's not going to kill you. It's leather conditioner. It's probably good for your hands too. I don't know. It won't kill you. You'll be fine. So just sort of work it in there, right? And then what I like to do is spread it around a little bit, then let it sit. You let it sit, and then you do the other one. So I didn't brush this one off. So you're going to go through and make sure there's no heavy amounts of dust on it or anything crazy like that, and then you're just going to spray it down. Like I said, a lot of people will just absolutely saturate their boots. I've never saturated it. I've never felt the need to. So just enough to sort of cover it liberally. Liberally cover your boot with the conditioner. Again, we're going to sort of make sure we get into those creases where the scales meet. Boom, 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 boom. You guys can see this okay, I hope. Just work it in a little bit with your hand. And the reason why I'm using my hand instead of a rag is because the rag is going to soak up some of the conditioner, and I really don't want the conditioner to be soaked up by the rag. I want it to soak into the leather itself. So we're working it in here. We're working it in. And then we're going to let it sit. So by this time, it's probably sat for long enough. It is still a little bit wet with some droplets of conditioner, but it had enough time to sort of sit there and soak into the leather. So now is the time that I just sort of buff it out. And this is the reason why I like the Scout leather conditioner more so than the Bic for exotics, is because when you buff it out, it just makes a nice shine. And that's the thing with caiman and lizard that you got to remember, is that you don't want to use waxes. You don't want to use a lot of these products that we use on some of the other leathers, some cowhides and ostrich and things like that. Even though this is good for ostrich, you can use this for ostrich too. These reptile skins have a natural luster to them that looks really good, in my opinion. And waxing and using different types of creams and things just sort of messes up that luster. So if you can do anything to sort of increase the luster that it already has naturally as a reptile skin, a lizard skin, the snake skin, if you can do that and just bring it up to that next level, that's what I like. It's got a nice natural look, and that's what I've always done with my caiman bellies, is I've never put wax on them at all, and they look great. A little bit of this, and they shine up nice. They look great, and it kind of looks like you put some wax on them or something, or some cream, but it's just the natural luster. And they'll end up feeling really slippery too on the boot too, which means you're getting close. So you could do this, and one of the things that I learned from my buddy Daryl Brown's father when he gave me that first kit is that if you want a shiny boot, you just keep buffing it, and it'll just keep getting shinier. Just keep getting shinier. So you could do this for like another 10 minutes or so, and it would get a little bit more shiny. Of course, there is like the law of diminishing returns. Like, how long is it really worth going through all of that to make it really, really shiny? But just the luster in a boot, to bring out that natural luster, means a lot to me anyways. I probably should have done a before and after, but it keeps it healthy, keeps it looking great. So, as you can see, there is that natural luster there as the light shines off of the boot, and it just looks spectacular. Like, look at how glossy that is. And that's just a Scout. It's just a Scout. I should have done that other boot last, but it's got to sit for a little bit, and then what am I going to do while it's going? I don't know. Like, I could just sit here and stare at you guys. So that is a Scout leather conditioner. And as you can see here, it says Reptile Exotic Leather Conditioner, Cleaner and Conditioner. So it also says on the bottom that it can be used on print exotics, which is just regular cowhide gone through a printing machine or however they print it. So that pretty much means that this can be used on any leather, really, except for like suedes or distresseds. But mainly, I just use it for exotics, specifically for reptiles. Sometimes I'll use it on my ostrich, and I like the way that it shines and buffs out on an ostrich too. But pretty much, it's all about the reptiles for this. And when you're doing it on a python or a snakeskin booty, don't buff it. Just put it in and sort of work it in with the scales. So always go down with the scales. Never go up, because you're gonna curl those scales there. This is a nice booty. All right, so that's what I got. I know everybody has their own different. Let's all watch them dry. Yeah, we'll just. That's a nice boot. That's drying really nice, guys. All right. That's what I got. That's what I got. My wife's booty. Yep. Okay, so Alvin asks, Jeremiah, how often do you have to condition caiman boots? I condition them about, depends on how much I wear them. Like before I put them away, if I know that I'm going to be I put these away for the winter time. Because I didn't want to wear them up here in the Northeast during the winter. So I condition them before I put them away, and then I put them up on the top shelf of my closet. And that was a few months ago. But if you're wearing them regularly, I would say like once a month, maybe, when you feel like it, when they're looking like they need it. Like the leather will start to get dull, it will start to get dusty, it will start to get a little bit lifeless. And once you see that it becomes a little bit lifeless, put some conditioner on it, or do it every month, every few weeks. Some people will do it a lot more frequently than that, and some people will do it every 2 months. The main fact is it just depends on how much you use them and to keep good track of what they're looking like. So if you want, I guess one of the things that I would wear my caiman ballet boots every so often, and then once I saw that they were getting a little bit dull and lifeless, that's when I would treat them with the reptile exotic cleaner and conditioner. So it really depends. If you're not wearing them, condition them, put them away, and then wait a few months and then maybe do it again. But it's not like you gotta do it every week or anything. Snake boots look real good. All right. Basically, like, you'll know when to put the conditioner on the boots. It takes a little bit to know when you do, but if you're thinking about it, you're like, it's been a few weeks, it's been like 5 weeks, it's been a month, and they're looking kind of thirsty, then condition them. Then condition them. If you're thinking that they need it, then they probably do. That's what it comes down to. But don't overthink it. Like, if it was just yesterday that you conditioned him and you're looking at him, you're like, I wonder if I need to condition him again. You don't. You just don't. All right, let's play a song about what just happened. Okay. Keep your boots from getting cracked. Give them what they lack. Condition and buff for a nice shine. Keep them healthy and looking great. A nice pair of boots is a good trade, and you will keep them for all time. What do you guys think about conditioning your reptile boots? Good old Jack of Spades, you know it. Still work on cracking leather. There are, if you mean like, can anything be done about cracked leather? Then yes, there are some boot makers and cobblers that can, make it less of an issue. The crack will always be there, and I'm not sure what they do to it, but they make it less apparent, and they try to stop the growth of the crack. I do like country music, you boy Clap. I do, but not new pop country music. New pop country is just a little bit too, it's like they're trying too hard. How do I store my boots? in a lot of the exotics that I have, I just keep them in the box. So if I'm not wearing them, I'll just keep them sideways in the box, put them up in the top of my closet over here, and then I'll pull them down when I want to wear them. Like these boots here, the Stetson JBS boots, and the Yeehaw Cowboy Cayman Tail Snip Toes. They were in the box. I had the same cardboard. You know, the cardboard thing that comes inside of it in there, keep the shaft, and I just put it on the side, and I put it up in the top of my closet there, and that's how I do it. And then when I want to wear them again, I pull them down. I know there's lots of folks who talk about boot trees and things like that. I've never used one of them before, and also on other boots, I'll just have them like this, pretty much, in the boot rack. Like if I am wearing boots regularly, then I'll put them over here. Like right now, this is sort of set up for the winter time, for the late spring or for the early spring. So I got a lot of boots over here that, you know, I don't mind wearing when it could be a little bit nasty, or if it's a nice late spring day, then I'll pull out those square toe Cayman tails from JW Boot Company and a couple other ones over here. And soon, like late spring, I'll start putting some of these away up there and like pulling these ones down to wear regularly. So, but I think the Cayman tails will always be in the box, and then I'll just pull them down for like special occasions and stuff. That's how I store my boots. And some of them I'll just keep on the floor. Like whatever. It's just a boot is a boot. Like sometimes people are like to care for boots when you're not wearing them and things like this. And you know, I've never wanted to treat a pair of boots like a Lamborghini or anything really crazy. It's not really the reason why I got into boots. I got into boots because they're boots and they are practical and long lasting. It's fringe benefits that they look good, and there's so many different styles. And then once you start to realize that they're so long lasting, then you want to say, okay, maybe I can play around with the idea of having a Lamborghini boot, which is kind of my idea of this one. Like, I like this boot a lot. So that's why I'm keeping it in the box, and I do so with my Boulay Caymans as well. So that's how I store my boots, really. Oh, I also want to throw this out here. If anybody wants to get some of this on yeehawcowboy.com or any of these boots, because all of the boots that I showed today because all these boots here are on yeehawcowboy.com, you can get 10% off any order. I have a special promo code with them. If you put in JCM10 at checkout, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, if you think about it, this boot right here is around $450 last I checked on yeehawcowboy.com, which is already a pretty good deal. But you put in that code at checkout, and they'll be dropped down to just over $400. So, I mean, that is cheaper than Takova's Cayman boots. It's cheaper than a lot of people's Cayman boots. And it's a really nice boot. It looks spectacular. It feels spectacular. I mean, that's a great deal. Favorite boot of 2019. So, yeah, I got that. And I get a cut from whatever you use. So if you want to help out the channel a little bit, if you're going to be buying stuff anyways, you might as well do it at Yeehaw Cowboy, because, like, I get 5% of everything that you buy from there. There's a little affiliate kickback. So it helps out. It helps, especially at Christmas time. You guys help me out a lot with that code. So thank you. All right. So now we're going to be doing a giveaway for this. Not this one, because I already used this one, but you'll get a full bottle from yeehawcowboy.com. And also the same stuff, CDs from me, a sticker, and a boot wallet. This time like a teal, bluish one. I'm not sure what color that is. I'm going to call it teal. So, you guys want to do that other giveaway, or you guys want to chat it up? Let's do the other giveaway, and then we can chat it up. It's a shoe, he says. Treat it like a bloody shoe. Wear them, abuse them, wear them out. Yeah, I mean, that's the benefit of a cowboy boot is that they can handle them, you know? They can handle it. And then you can get them repaired. Even if you do wear it to where the outsole's got holes in them and it's separating from the welt or whatever, you can get them repaired. If you get the right one, anyways. All right, so we're doing the giveaway. Again, it's for the Scout leather conditioner here that you can get at yeehawcowboy.com. You get 10% off, but the winner gets it for free, and you also get the Wallaroo phone wallet, a sticker, and a couple of CDs. So that's what we're doing this round. That's what we're doing this round right now. So I'm going to do the thing, and I'm going to say start commenting now. Bam. Do giveaways go up to Canada too? Yes, they do. Lil Len can talk about that. I sent something up last giveaway to Canada. Sent stuff to Scotland. Sent stuff to Indonesia. Sent stuff to England. I've sent stuff all over the world. This is a little song that I feel is sort of relevant to the times right now, because everybody's freaking out over the COVID thing, COVID-19, and I think it's driving some people to be a little bit too careful and not wanting to help out other people at all. You can still help people out and be far away from them. This is a story about a guy who had leprosy after the Spanish-American War. In the early 1900s, he came back to the U.S., or the late 1800s. So this guy, his name was John Early. He fought in the Spanish-American War, and he went to Washington, D.C. for a little vacation. And he noticed he had these little ulcers on his skin. So he went to the doctor. And the doctor says, "Hey, John Early, I got some bad news for you." And John Early says, "What? What is it, doc?" And the doctor says, "You got leprosy." He says, "Oh, damn, that's no good, is it?" He says, "No, and it gets even worse because we don't really know much about this disease other than it's highly contagious. We're going to have to put you in quarantine for the rest of your life, and we're going to do a bunch of tests on you. And we're basically going to say that you're dead, and your will be, what is it when that? So basically everybody gets what they would when he died, but he's still alive. So they put him in quarantine in Washington, D.C., but he would always escape from quarantine. And he would show up at different, like, political rallies, and he'd say, "Don't forget about the people with leprosy, because you're treating us like shit." So he would just keep breaking out of every place that they put him. They even tried to pay him to stay in a place and run it, but he got sick of it. And he broke out of there too. So this is a song about that. Just remember to stay kind to folks, even though they might be getting sick. This is called Bust Out Early John. When I got sick of running, they damned my soul to diamond points. Stamped, ulcered, and unclean, and that world old fear cries testaments to the free to keep its shiny sheen. And what can a poor sick man without friends or money do? You can call me Bust Out Early John, and you can bet your health I won't be here for long. No. Well, she heard me in the Capitol playing mandolin through the wall. Boys and she'd sing along, but with the dissonance of feds, press and the neighbor folks. Hey, she couldn't find the song, and I'm so tired of it all. If only they'd let me go home. You can call me bust out early John. You'll see my feared face again on that Capitol lawn. I got the world behind me, I have feelings and tastes. You'll only find me when I want, and I want to show you ain't chased. Now, you catch the news, and I'll catch a Route 1 bus. We'll see who catches it worse. All the true stories are sleeping beneath their trucks and laying blind to the person. I won't be the last, and I'm certainly not the first. You can call me bust out early John. I frighten Capitol crowds who sing Capitol songs. Now they gave me cold shackles when I needed a warm hand, and called my acts tragedies. I was poked and prodded, locked up and shipped out to, and taxed for my maladies. No matter the results, I'm cuffed as a carrier. You can call me bust out early John. When you come back with the meds, you'll find me gone, yeah. Men shrink from me, but only when informed. You'll only find me when I want, and I want to say you've been warned, yeah. Hey. That is called Bust Out Early John. That is a pretty new one. I don't have that recorded anywhere. I can't send you anywhere to listen to it. It might be on some of the Coffee and Musics if you want to hear it. All right. Stop. Okay. So we got 28 folks on here right now. Here we go. Bam. Let's pick somebody. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna get it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Drifter. Yo. Haha. The Drifter. You got it. Scout leather conditioner from yeehawcowboy.com. You are going to be getting it from them. They're going to mail it to you, but I will mail you everything else. So congratulations, Drifter. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Whew, 2 winners. Let's give it up for Drifter. Woo! Yes. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Don't worry. There's lots more stuff to come tomorrow. We're keeping this going. And next week, I'm going to be doing more live streams because it looks like we're going to be quarantined for another week. There's going to be shutdowns and everything. So why not keep this thing going, right? So next week, I'm going to be doing more times that are more friendly to the East Coast. I'm trying to keep everybody happy. So there's going to be a few night live streams rather than during the day, but I still will do some day live streams as well. So that's it. Congratulations, everybody. You wanna hang out for a second? Anybody got any questions? You wanna chill for a second? Instead, I got like 15 more minutes before I absolutely have to stop. So if you guys want to chill for a minute, I'm totally cool with it. You want something with my stamp on it? The Jeremiah Craig logo. the balanced direction. I do have a store, but if you didn't want to wait to see if you can win anything, I do have a store with shirts and stuff. Here's a shirt. I just wore this shirt though, so it's inside out. Just throwing random crap everywhere. Shirts like that on my website, jeremiahcraig.com/store. That's what I'm talking about. Huge thanks to Yeehaw Cowboy. Huge thanks to Jose at Yeehaw Cowboy for donating the leather conditioner for the giveaway and for sending that out. I really appreciate that. Again, if you guys want to get stuff at yeehawcowboy.com, if you ever need anything, they're selling like Ariat insoles, they sell conditioners, they sell other boot care products, as well as several different brands of boots. They just don't sell their own boots. The Yeehaw Cowboy Cayman Tail Sniptos, they got the Alcalis, they got Stetson, they got Dampost, they got Corel. I think they got Corel. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that one. But yeah, they got a bunch of different brands. Los Altos, Wild West, King Exotic. They got a bunch of stuff there. So definitely use this code if you get the chance, because it's 10% off. Like, why not? Is it okay to have your boots in a box for a long time? Probably. I mean, if they're gonna get dried out, it depends on where the box is, I guess. If the box is in like a nice, cool place that's not like too damp or too dry, then yeah, it would be okay as long as you conditioned them before you put them away. I mean, what is a long time too? Is a long time like a 6 months? I haven't worn my caiman boots in a 6 month span of time before, and they were fine. But if it's like really dry in the place where you put them, I would say it all depends. It really depends on the situation. If you're starting to get nervous about them, then condition them. Or tell your friend to say, hey, can you stop by my apartment and take care of my boots? Instead of, when you ask your buddy to like, hey, can you just let my dog out? He's like, hey, can you just like stop by and condition my boots? I'm really worried about them. Your friend is like, I guess. He's got the Boots and Ballads hat, Tommy. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I love the camo. Gave that away yesterday. Chris was the winner of that. Am I doing more Chisos giveaways? Tomorrow is going to be another Chisos giveaway day. So tomorrow there's going to be more koozies up for grabs and one of those Chisos hats with the leather patch on it. So Will from Chisos donated a hat to give away. They're pretty cool hats, to be honest. If you remember in the video that I did with him in the Chisos extended test, in that in-depth review, and in the interview that I did with him video, he's wearing the hat that is up for grabs tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow's another Chisos giveaway day, but not the actual boots, just the merch and stuff. So koozies and the hat is up for grabs. Jeff asks me what I think of Double H boots. I haven't tried Double H boots for an extended period of time, so take my opinion of them with a grain of salt. I haven't really formed a really well-formed opinion of them for that reason, but here's what I like about them. I like that they're made in the USA. I like that the outsole, that ice outsole or whatever they call it, is pretty thick, and the heel cap is thick as well. So like durable, they're durable looking. They're also doing B widths on a lot of boots, specifically the Dylan, and I appreciate that as well. Now, the thing that I don't like about it, where I noticed that they cut corners, where a made in the USA boot that competes with the prices from China and from Mexico, you're gonna have some cuts in how they produce the boot. So they have to figure out how to make a competitively priced boot. So a lot of times I've noticed on their Instagram that they are machine lasting their boots, which means instead of actually like this boot, this caiman tail Yeehaw Cowboy, somebody sat down with this boot and stretched the leather by hand over a last, and then they were like tapping it out, sort of making sure there's no wrinkles in it and anything. And the advantages of a hand-lasted boot is that you're treating that leather the way that it needs to be. So every piece of leather is different. It all is going to stretch different. It all needs different attention. So when you machine last a boot, you're giving every piece of leather the same attention rather than, changing up your method depending on what that piece of leather actually needs. So that could lead to a sloppy fitting boot. I haven't experienced that with Double H, so I can't say that would happen 100%, but the possibility of it happening is higher in their boots because of the machine last. And their technology might have been better where they can just actually, make those short adjustments depending on how the leather is reacting to it being stretched across the last. But I have noticed that they do some machine lasting in their factory. But again, made in the USA. So they're made right in Pennsylvania. So I respect the fact that they're doing B-widths, that they are making nice boots that can handle pretty much what you give them. But again, the machine last is just one shortcut that you might want to look at. Hey Chris, how's it going? Raymond Valencia, do you recommend any brand of boot polish that will give your boots a nice shine? I've heard so many great things about the Sapphire boot polish. I have never tried it though. I've always been a Kiwi guy just because it's cheap. I'm a cheap dude. Like, when it comes down to it, I'm just a normal dude who doesn't like to spend a lot of money. And Kiwi has always just been enough for me. It is not the best, though. I mean, you're not going to get the best at the cheapest product. That's for damn sure. So that's what I've always used, though. But I hear that Sapphire is one of the best, and I look forward to trying it sometime to seeing what it's like. But like I said, I've never really got into my boots to treat them like Lamborghinis. I wax them so that they look nice and so that they're protected a little bit from the elements, and then I do it again once that sort of wears off and it starts looking gnarly again. But yeah, I've never been that one. You guys are really getting me into trying these different things and becoming more of a, this is an exploration for me now because of all the questions that you've asked me. And it's a fun process because I would have never gone there. I would have always been that dude, well, this works, so why stop? Like, it takes time to figure out something else. But since, I'm making these videos and you guys are engaged with me, I'm like, yeah, let's take the time and figure this out. And then I'll share it with you guys. And then you guys share back what I did wrong or what you guys think I should try next. So it's really fun. I'm not an expert. Your boy Clap, I'm not an expert. I want to make that clear, right now. There are so many more people who know so much more about boots than I do. I just get way more excited about it than they do. So and I'm also not a snob about it. So there are some cowboy boot books that are written very much nose up at everybody who doesn't know as much about boots as I do. I am the boot man. I am the boot writer, the author, the this, the that, and it gets so annoying. It's like, get over yourself. People want to give themselves the term of expert. I'm not an expert. I'm learning just as much as you guys are every single day. I'm just sharing what I learn with you guys. I am an enthusiast through and through, and I like to talk to experts to learn. So you guys will see me talk to experts on a regular basis in the channel. No stop, no snob. So even yeah, if you go into some like if you talk to some people, um, they can get kind of snobby, like a wine snob about boots. And really, to me, it's just like if you like boots, you like boots. Like, who cares if it's a custom pair or if it's an Ariat? Like, just as long as you like boots, that's cool with me. Like, we can be friends. So, you're just because you have a pair of custom boots doesn't mean you're any better than me or any better than anybody else. You just got a pair of custom boots. You're like, that's really cool. Good for you. I want a pair of custom boots someday. That's awesome. Definitely not an expert. What boot do I recommend from Yeehaw Cowboy? You're looking at getting your first exotic boot. I would say the Yeehaw Cowboy Cayman Tail exotic. I love it. It's so good. Jeez. I mean, just look at it. It looks great, doesn't it? Got married in this pair. It feels great. It's leather lined all the way through. It's got a leather insole, a soft leather insole, so it's not that hard stuff, but it's also not removable too. So it's just feels great. It feels spectacular. And I like the inlay and everything. Like, this is just a really nice boot. The inlay and the cording. It's a great option. The Stetson JBS exotics are also really nice, except they're a little bit more expensive. And you could definitely, I think the Cayman Tail Yeehaw Cowboy is still better. Is still a better use of your money if you're looking to get an exotic from yeehawcowboy.com. Drifter, you got a smart son. You want to get a pair of Los Altos, Chris? I do too. I like all the colors that they do. I want to try something like that sometime as well. Do I wear other shoes besides boots? I used to wear, that's a question from Spencer. I used to wear zip boots, but they just didn't last as long, and they're a little bit more warm. They're hotter because you have less airflow in them. So I just sort of stopped wearing them after they broke, because they eventually just broke, and I was like, well, screw it. I'm just going to keep my boots now. I used to have like dress shoes that I would wear if I absolutely had to, when my boots needed repairing and I didn't have enough money to get them repaired. So I used to do that, but now it's just boots. It's just boots and sneakers when I'm working out. That's pretty much it. Barely Bacon. This is the last question that I can answer. I got to stop at 3 o'clock in 2 minutes. Barely Bacon says, how long did it take me to learn the harmonica? You want to learn, but you also have no idea what key to buy first. The harmonica is probably the easiest instrument to learn, especially by ear, and I would recommend you get the G key harmonica or the C. The C is probably the best and most versatile key, and I would recommend that you listen to somebody play the harmonica and then just learn it by ear. So what I did, I listened to Neil Young's Heart of Gold over and over and over and over again, and that is the key you need. If you wanted to do this too, you would need the key of G harmonica. So I would just listen to that over and over and over again, and then just try to replicate that on the harmonica. So you really can't mess up on the harmonica because it's all in one key. So as long as you're playing in the same key as whatever somebody else is, it's like go nuts, which is why it's so much fun. So I would say get the key of G or key of C, and then pick a song that has the harmonica in it that you enjoy, and then just start messing around with it. Just start trying to play the things that they would play, and then you'll eventually get the hang of it. The hardest thing is to bend the notes, but you'll eventually learn how to do that too. So good luck. I hope you do it. Buy harmonica in the C key. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I have to sign off now. I got a little bit more work to do, but I will be here tomorrow, same time at 2 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow we're talking about what wearing cowboy boots says about a person, because I feel like there's some confusion out there, and we're going to clear it up for good. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been awesome chatting with you guys. I hope you stay happy, healthy, and smart while all of this is going on. If you guys meet somebody to chat with, send me a message. I'll do my best to reply. And I hope you have a great evening and a spectacular night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Have a great one. Thanks for joining me today.